Maybe this feels familiar. She went silent. Days turned into weeks. And you tried to act like it didn't bother you, like you were above it, like you were working on yourself. But the truth is, every night your mind kept circling back to the same thought. Does she even care anymore? If this is you, then you know exactly how heavy that silence feels. You replay the last conversation wondering if you said something wrong. You check your phone even when you swear you wouldn't. And somewhere deep down you keep hoping, just once, her name will pop up again. And then she finally reaches out. A message, a call, and suddenly your chest tightens because you don't know what this means. Was she missing you? Was she testing you? Was this guilt, curiosity, loneliness? Or is she trying to see if she still has that power? The power to pull you back the moment she snaps her fingers. Part of you wants to respond instantly. Another part wants to protect yourself. And somewhere inside, there's a voice whispering, don't mess this up. Don't look needy. Don't look cold. Just do the right thing. But what is the right thing? When she reaches out after silence, what is she really trying to tell you? Most men get this moment wrong because they respond from emotion, not from center. When she finally breaks the silence, they react out of relief, not clarity. They rush in. They over-explain. They try to fix whatever happened, hoping she'll see their effort and reward them with closeness again. But that reaction only confirms what she already suspected, that she still has full control over his emotional state. A calm man doesn't operate like that. He doesn't punish her. He doesn't chase her. He doesn't fold the second she reappears. He pauses. He breathes. He lets the moment land before deciding anything. Because one of the core masculine principles is this: as you respond from strength, not from fear. Dawson, fear is exactly what drives most men to grab the first bit of attention they can get. Another principle is ours, measured presence, is staying steady even when emotions pull at you. That doesn't mean you go cold or distant. It means you don't lose yourself just because she found a reason to come back into your world. The truth is, her reaching out isn't the victory. Your response is. And the man who leads with calm authority always gets further than the man who reacts from panic. He's sitting alone in his car, engine off, the world outside dim and quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you hear your own heartbeat. He's been here before, parked in this exact spot, staring at the same dashboard, replaying the same memories he swore he was done replaying. And then his phone buzzes, one vibration, short, sharp. But it slices through the silence like a knife. He looks down at it. After all this time, her name. For a moment, his stomach drops the way it did the first night she went cold. The same H behind his ribs starts to flicker back to life. She had disappeared without warning. Messages left on read, plans forgotten, energy drained out of nowhere. And he spent days telling himself he didn't care. Nights lying awake proving he still did. Now she's back. Or trying to be. As he holds the phone, the world seems to narrow to just the glow of the screen. 1,000 thoughts run at once. Why now? What does she want? Is this real, or is this another test? He hears his own breath, steady but unsure. He remembers how her laugh sounded when things were good. He remembers the hollow feeling when she pulled away. Both memories hit him at the same time. Warmth and warning intertwined. Outside, a streetlight hums. Someone walks by, their footsteps echoing faintly. But inside the car, everything is still. He isn't rushing this time. He isn't grabbing the phone like it's oxygen. He just sits with it. Because part of him knows something he didn't know before. Her message isn't the moment that matters. His response is, he lifts the phone slowly, not out of fear, but out of choice. And for the first time, he wonders, what do I want this to mean? A lot of men walk into this moment with the wrong map in their head. Not because they're weak, but because no one ever taught them what's actually happening beneath the surface. When she reaches out after silence, most guys react from old beliefs, beliefs that feel true, but quietly sabotage everything. The first false belief is this sex. If she reaches out, it means she wants me back. It might, but it also might not. Women reach out for many reasons: curiosity, guilt, Boredom, a flicker of nostalgia, or because something in her life went sideways and she remembered you were stable. Her message doesn't automatically equal her commitment. The truth is, sometimes she isn't coming back. She's just checking if you still would. A message isn't a promise, it's a signal, and signals need clarity. The second false belief is, Nef, respond instantly or she'll lose interest. This belief is driven by fear. Fear of missing the window, fear of losing your chance, fear of being forgotten again. But masculine power is not built on urgency. When a man is steady, he doesn't rush to protect the connection. He protects his center first. Taking a moment isn't playing games. It's checking your alignment. It's asking yourself, how do I feel about her reappearing? Instead of, how do I make sure she doesn't disappear again? Most men don't pause. They react. And reacting is how they lose themselves. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. The third false belief is this: I need to prove I'm still the guy she walked away from, or the better version she now wants. But you don't owe her performance. You owe yourself honesty. The moment she reaches out isn't a stage. It's a mirror. It reflects who you became during the silence. Did you build yourself? Did you grow? Did you reconnect with your standards, your boundaries, your identity? Or did you wait in emotional limbo, hoping she'd return so you could breathe again? Because here's the truth most men never hear. When she reaches out, she's not evaluating your charm, your lines, or your strategy. She's gauging your self-respect. She's sensing whether you're grounded or grasping, whether the silence strengthened you or exposed you. A woman doesn't feel attraction when a man proves himself. She feels attraction when a man knows himself. So when her name lights up your phone again, don't fall into old patterns. Don't sprint toward closure or connection. Don't assume her message means more than it might. Instead, step into the version of you that the silence was meant to create. The one who's calm, centered, and selective. The moment she reaches out isn't about her coming back. It's about whether you've returned to yourself. The 1% headman moves differently in this moment, not because he's trying to be clever, but because his mindset is shaped by truth, not impulse. This is what he understands. Her reaching out is information, not validation. It's an update in the story, not the end of it. He doesn't take her message as a cue to chase or a warning to withdraw. He sees it as a moment to observe himself, to notice whether he's responding from old wounds or new strength. Where most men feel pressure, he feels clarity. Where most men think, I need to keep her, he thinks, I need to stay aligned. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. He knows that the man he became during the silence matters more than whatever she says now. If he grew, he stays grounded. If he healed, he stays honest. If he found direction, he doesn't bend it for a text message. His response flows from who he is, not who he hopes she'll choose. And here's his quiet advantage. He understands that connection only works when both people show up with intention, not when one panics at the sound of a notification. The 1% headman doesn't chase moments, he chooses them, and that's why the moment chooses him back. It happens in the quiet, the kind of quiet you once feared. You're sitting there with her message glowing on your screen, that familiar name pulling at old wounds and old hopes. For a second, the past tries to wrap its fingers around you again. The memories, the waiting, the overthinking, all of it tries to wake back up. But it doesn't, not the way it used to. Instead, something steadier rises inside you, a feeling you barely recognize at first. It's calm, grounded, almost warm. You're not desperate to reply. You're not scrambling for the right words. You're just breathing, present, aware. And then the realization hits you, quietly but deeply. You didn't just survive her silence. You grew inside it. You remember the nights you sat with your thoughts instead of escaping them. You remember the days you showed up for yourself when no one else did. You remember that your value didn't pause just because she did. Her message isn't a rescue. It isn't a reward. It's simply a message. And for the first time, you understand something powerful. You're no longer waiting for someone to return so you can feel whole again. You look at the screen with new eyes, your eyes, eyes that finally see your worth, not your wounds. This is the shift, the moment you stop craving her presence and start trusting your own. And now you see it clearly. Her reaching out was never the moment that defined you. All your response was, not the speed of it, not the sweetness of it, not the strategy behind it, but the strength within it. You don't reply to reclaim her. You reply from the man you became in her absence. The man who learned that silence isn't punishment, it's clarity. And when she finally comes back into your world, you meet her not with fear, but with presence. Because in the end, the message wasn't the test. You were.